And welcome to this video for worksheet 2-3 for the class Discovering Pre-Algebra Part 4. If you're in this class, you know the drill. Start grading your work. Let me just zoom out a little bit so it's easier to see all of the answers. And if you're not in this class, you can always look below and see a video, a link to my profile page on OutSchool, and you can sign up for any of my classes. All right, so I'm going to assume you pause and are grading, and I'm going to zoom in. All right, let me make sure I have a different color drawing pen here. Yep, okay. So Gavin enlarged the size of a photo to a height of 18 inches. What is the new width? If it was originally 2 inches by 1 wide. So I have a picture frame. Okay, it's 2 inches tall by 1 inch tall, and I want a picture frame that is now 18 inches tall. Well, these are the two things I'm comparing. How tall to how wide, or the height to the width of picture frame 1 to picture frame 2. So I'm going to do height versus width. And of my small one, that would be 2 to 1. And for the one that I'm enlarging it to, it's going to be 18x. Now, of course, I told you in class that if x ends up on the bottom of your fraction, all you have to do is flip it. Okay? That gets it to the top. That's the same as doing the opposite operation to get it to the top. It's just a little shortcut. All right, so the 18 is dividing x, so the opposite operation is to multiply it on both sides. All right, that's going to cancel these two out, leaving me just with the x. And this is going to become 18 over 2, which reduces down to just 9 inches. All right, the money used in Saudi Arabia is called I said I was going to have this down by this video. I always have to look at the phonetic. Hold on. All right, the money used in Saudi Arabia is called the rial. The exchange rate is 40 rials for $1. Find how many rials you would receive if you exchange $5. Okay, so this is what I'm going to compare the rial to the dollar. Okay, so I have a perfect exchange rate here. I have 4 to 1. All right, so that's going to be 4 over 1. And I have $5 and I don't know how many rial. Now, you could have flipped that proportion and that would have been okay. You just would have had to flip it back to what it is now. Now, the 5 is dividing x, so I'm going to multiply it on both sides, one underneath. And x is going to equal 20 over 1, which reduces down to just 20. Lisa bought 1 bunch of green onions for $2. How many bunches can RJ buy for $6? So it's money, or let's put our money on the bottom. It's green onions versus money. Okay. All right. So we know we can buy 1 bunch of green onions for $2. How many can I buy for $6? And I don't know the bunches. That's what I'm trying to solve. So the 6 is dividing the x, so I'm going to multiply it to get rid of it. That's its opposite operation. Cancels out, and x equals, put a 1 underneath my 6. It's going to be 6 over 2, which reduces down. 2 goes into 6 3 times. Oh, we're so almost done this one. A garlic bulb costs Taha $2. How many bulbs of garlic can he buy for 14? So a bulb means 1 bulb. 1 bulb of garlic. So I'm going to put bulb of garlic over money. I know that 1 bulb costs $2. How many can I buy for $14? So garlic bulb has to be on the top of both of my ratios and the money on the bottom. So I'm going to multiply both sides by this 14 because it's dividing the x. I'm going to put a 1 underneath my 14, and that's going to be 14 over 2 equals x. And 2 goes into 14 7 times. All right, Beach Street. Oh, I have a typo. What is Tuesday Town? That doesn't make sense. It's actually Toonstown. All right, so Beach Street, Toonstown, and Music Mine are music companies. Beach Street offers to buy 1.5 million shares of Toonstown for 561 million at the same time. Music Mine offers to buy 1.5 million shares of Toontown at 373 per share. Who has the better offer? Well, I found it already. It's Beach Street. And what I decided to do is figure out how much per share each one is. See, look, we're comparing two different things here. We have one that's saying, I'm going to just buy the whole kit and caboodle for this amount, okay, or this much per share, all right? So what I did was I converted the first one per share. So to do that, it's 1.5, okay, I'm going to buy 1.5, let's see, 1.5 million shares. And since they both have millions, I'm going to leave that out, for 561. And I want to know how much one share is going to be. So I'm going to flip them. I'm going to put my 561 on top, my 1.5 on the bottom. That way it gets my X on the top. I'm going to multiply each side by 1. Really isn't going to change anything, but when I divide these two, so I'm going to go ahead and pull out my calculator, all right, and that is going to be 561 divided by 1.5. It's going to be 374. So I don't know where this number came from. I probably was writing down something I was doing from another one because I still got Beach Street. But this is how much it is per one share. You could have multiplied 373 to the 1.5 and figured out how much it was going to pay for the whole thing. Doesn't matter which way you look at it, as long as you're consistent. Each way, Beach Street wins that you look at it. All right, but in this way, they only pay $1 more. But that $1 more is going to add up. There are 16 girls and 12 boys in Adelaide's class. Suppose the class size increases to 63. Students, at that ratio, how many students would you expect to be girls and boys? So right now, we have girls to boys. We have 16 to 12. But look, in the second part, they only give me total. So I need to find the total in our class to begin with, and that is 28. So now, if I want to compare girls to total, that would be 16 over 28 equals, the new total is 63, and I don't know how many girls are in that class. And if I do the boys, it's going to be boys to total, which is 12 over 28 equals X over 63. In both situations, the way to do this is to multiply the other side by 63. So let's go ahead and solve girls first. 63 times 16. So for girls, I'm going to get 1008 over the 28. After I divide that number by 28, I'm going to get 36. Well, that isn't the number I have, is it? Okay, so again, I have a little bit of a mess up. These numbers are not correct, okay? They should be 36 and 27, because if I do boys, I'm going to get 63 times 12. Must have been looking at another problem, because that actually still adds up to 63, so I don't know what I did. Probably calculated this total incorrectly. That would do it. And I have to divide by the 28, and that's going to give me 27 boys. Okay, so here's my boys and my girls. All right, so go ahead and do this and come back whenever you're done, and I'll see you guys in class. Bye.